Ah, adjust this a little bit. Ah, too much the other way. Okay. Let's verify that we're actually got a signal. Maybe I'm paranoid, but I always like to do that. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, we're live, party people. We are in the building. Do I have some good news for anyone who's watching? When I say good news, I already said I got my windfall from disability. Huge windfall, lump sum of money just got deposited into my account a few days ago. I'm happy about that, man. Long time. A lot of persecution. A lot of being persecuted by Satan for 2 decades. No less than 2 decades. A little bit more than 2 decades. About 24 years of persecution. Payback is a Mickey Ficky, baby. Because I got money for that now. And I decided that I really needed a 4K monitor because I was gaming in my bedroom with my bedroom television a few months ago. I was upstairs, and right now I'm downstairs in the basement studio that I do all my music production in. And I got my gaming set up right here alongside my production and DJ setup. It's all one little situation here on the one table. I got a big 8-foot long table and everything's just right there. Since I got this windfall, I decided I need a 4K monitor for the basement because in the bedroom the television was just high resolution 4K 120 hertz refresh rate, wonderful gaming experience, whereas my studio monitor in the basement was a 32-inch Lenovo, which I believe was 1080p, kind of grimy, dirty quality, kind of grimy, a little bit grimy, and it was only 32 inches. My bedroom TV is 43. It's huge. I almost spent $400 on a 43-inch Samsung monitor for the basement. After scrolling around town today and going to Micro Center and Best Buy, I realized, man, I can get a 4K TV for 150 bucks. But the guy at Best Buy told me that the refresh rate is not good enough for gaming. It's like 60 hertz. I was like, damn. Then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. That Sony I have in my bedroom, I've been gaming on that for months. It's got to have a good refresh rate because I've used it. I checked it, 120 hertz refresh rate on this Sony TV. My brother Neil bought it for me. God bless his soul. He bought this TV last time he came in town. And I'm sure it's like a $700 TV. I said, why don't I just move that to the basement and buy a cheap TV for the bedroom? $100 TV for the bedroom. I don't even watch TV. I turn the TV on when I'm lonely to make me feel like there's people in the room with me while I'm scrolling around TikTok or whatever. That's all I use TV for. And occasionally I watch movies. So now I'm sitting here gaming, about to be gaming on that same 43-inch Sony television that was in my bedroom. It's now on the studio table in the basement. 4K. I googled it. It's 120 hertz refresh rate. It's designed for gaming, actually. It has a setting, a resolution setting that's for gaming. It says gaming. There's one for, there's all different kinds of settings. One of the settings is for gaming. I just set it to that. So, with that being said, God is amazing. Not only that, people, the 32-inch Lenovo monitor that was in the basement with the studio that I was gaming on and producing on, I put that in the bedroom because I Googled it. All I had to do was plug the Roku stick into that sucker. Now I got a TV for the room. Since I don't really care about TV, I got a 32-inch TV for the room, and I plugged my Bob Marley get-together speaker into it because it doesn't have a built-in speaker. Boom, I got a TV for the room. Didn't spend a penny to make this happen. The only thing that bothers me is that I should have done this like 3 months ago. But I've only been down in the basement for about 2-3 months, so. But now we got a giant monitor I'm gaming on, and I'm producing on this big bad sucker. Logic Pro is going to be on a 43-inch monitor, bro. Things are about to get litty lit. They already are. What's the name of my current release? Ex Nihilo drops February 11th. It's a really deep techno single, 2 tracks. We'll talk more about that later. And I already got the next follow-up release is already about to be. I'm already about to log some sessions on the next one because I don't really waste time. The next one's going to be interesting. Almost 1 o'clock. The studio looks so much better with this TV down here, bro. It's litty lit and straight legit. It's mad official. Mad official. It's funny, even though this TV is way bigger, there's more room on my table with this TV than there was with the other one, because the other one was curved and it was like, and it was deeper. It has like, this one's really thin and big. There's literally more room on the table than there was before. Right now, way more. Which makes me think maybe I should still get me an analog synthesizer module for the desktop. And I've been struggling with this alcohol thing for my whole entire life. And I decided that I need to, I mean, I know what the Bible says about it already. It says drunkards will not inherit the kingdom of God. Am I a drunkard? I don't think so. I'm a very controlled drinker. Even if I'm drunk, most people don't realize I'm drunk. Because I'm an introvert, I just start talking. I don't turn into a, like, right? I just start talking. And I normally don't talk crazy. But I can already see the resolution is that much, so much better, and the screen is huge. I'm happy. Praise Jesus' holy name. What I was saying about the alcohol, I'm struggling with the idea of whether or not I should stop again, because a few years ago I cold turkeyed for about 1.5 years. Back in 2019, for about 1.5 years, I cold turkeyed. And I thought it was okay for the time I was doing it. But I decided to go back to drinking, and I've been a hot mess ever since. And I kind of struggle with, as a Christian, should I even ever be drinking? But I can't get over the fact that Jesus turned water to wine, but most Christians say, that's just an excuse to drink. He didn't do that so you could be a drunk. Of course he didn't. And no one really intends to be a drunk, do they? Is anyone a purposeful drunk? I'm not. I do it for social reasons, so I can open up. Come down here, get on the internet, talk about the Lord, talk about spiritual warfare, talk about whatever is relevant. And yeah, baby. So I decided, I've been kind of meandering around the issue of whether or not I should make a track called Drunken Master. I was gaming on Mortal Kombat the other day, and I mentioned that my whole style is Drunken Master. I thought about it. I said, I've been thinking about making a track called Drunken Master for literally years. But I said to myself, I don't know if that'd make the Lord happy. What would he think about that? If you check Ecclesiastes, that book says the Lord has given man wine to make the heart of man glad. Right? Ecclesiastes says that. That's a legitimate word of the Lord. So it's like, what do you want to believe? Where do you place your faith? I know where I'm placing mine. In Jesus and wine. But I decided I'm going to make a track called Drunken Master. The next track I produce is going to be called Drunken Master. Because to me, that's going to be like a compass to let me know where God ultimately stands on my personal life and the wine conundrum and how bad I'm doing at this shit. Because sometimes I'm a hot mess. Sometimes I'm a hot mess. I might have an emotional meltdown online or go to a bar and drink too much. But I try to eat healthy, you know. So here's my thing. I'm co-creator with the Lord as a producer and an artist. I can do nothing without Jesus. If he's not with me, Drunken Master, that track is going to be mediocre at best. It might actually be really terrible. But if it's lit and awesome, he's like, don't worry about it. That's his way of saying, hey, you're good. I got you. So that's going to be a test we're going to run this week. We're going to produce a track called Drunken Master. We're going to see where Jesus ultimately stands on my lifestyle of being a drinker. Because I've been a drinker since I was a teenager. I've been a drinker for like 35 years. More. I already know how it's going to go because I do have a track called Liquid Faith, which is about alcohol. Alcohol is liquid faith. Liquid courage, liquid faith, liquid personality. That's what I call it. It enhances your personality, your faith, and your liquid courage. It does a lot of things. If you can know how to manage it and moderate it, it's actually a good thing. But Drunken Master, that's the next level. Is Jah gonna bless me, or is he gonna say, nah, dog, you can't do Drunken Master? We'll see. We'll see what he says. I already know what he's gonna do, though. The track's gonna be lit, bro. The track's gonna be lit. And believe me when I say that I can't make a hot track without Jesus. I can make some mediocre shit or some halfway decent shit without Jesus. If the Lord's wrapped up in that, and he's like, you're okay, I got you. The track's gonna be fucking lit, bro. It's gonna be some hot shit. And I already know he's gonna do it. I already know he's gonna do it. But it'll be, like, for me, proof. Might want to get my little analog synthesizer in here. Just to stock up and stockpile some analog signal paths. Definitely got room on the table. The resolution is so much better, it's crazy, people. The resolution is so much better, it's bonkers. It's absolutely nuts how much better the resolution is. It's not even close. I googled it today. 4 times better than 1080p 4K is. 4 times better. 4 times as many pixels. So we're talking about an excellent gaming experience versus a it's okay. I think I'll produce Drunken Master tomorrow. Obviously we're going to get a tall boy while we do it. See how it turns out. I'll do that tomorrow. I will say this, my stepfather is a notorious drinker, and I don't want to diss him, but he's like, he might be worse than me with alcohol. He probably is, honestly. He's pushing 90 right now, y'all. When I was a child, he was a drunk. Probably worse than me, honestly. Realistically, probably worse than me. Definitely worse than me. He was worse than me. There's people who are worse than me. I ran into a girl who's worse than me recently. An acquaintance of mine. I ran into her at Lincoln Factory, that little after hours, little techno place. And I was already tipsy, but I was looking at her and I was like, girl, you need to get it together. You ain't holding it together too well. I didn't say that, but I felt really bad for her. I was like, damn, I thought I was a drunk. So I'm not the worst drunk you could be. I'm really not. I'm a very articulate drinker. And again, I'm an introvert, right? So when I start drinking, I don't really turn into a abnormally rude or weird person. I just start talking like a normal human. Cannot wait to see what the track sounds like. Obviously, you'll get to hear it when I produce it. But that's the next track I'm going to make. It's called Drunken Master. I do definitely recall making a track called Liquid Faith about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was off the charts. It's a pretty sick track. It's a banger. And the track is obviously about alcohol. Liquid Faith is about alcohol. I'm not trying to convince other Christians to drink. You don't have to do that, because you know what? You might not be as controlled of a drinker as I am. I'm one of those people where I can drink a lot and I won't really get that drunk. Or at least you won't be able to tell. You won't be able to tell, because I know how to compose myself. Every once in a while I might have a meltdown, an emotional meltdown on the internet about some girl who did some shit to me or whatever. But I always come back and try to straighten it out. Dude, the resolution on this monitor is insane. It's 4K. It's amazing. Dude, I'm so happy right now, you have no idea. You have no idea. Where's all the other cars? How many laps are gonna make me race? And to think I was this close to buying an inexpensive TV for my bedroom and I already had one. I was really close to doing it. How many laps are they going to make me run on this damn thing? How many laps do I have to fucking race here, bro? Maybe it just goes on and on and on. Let's stop this shit, bro. What the hell is going on, bro? I don't like that mode at all when I race against the other cars. I don't like that. Give me back to the other thing. That's weird that it did that. Time to beat. Reach first place. What's this? Let's do that one. You want to use the caddy? The Gucci Don caddy? Let's do the Gucci Don caddy. I got Battlefield Hardline today. Can't wait to install that. That's gonna be fun. It's funny that I got a much bigger monitor on my table and it takes up less space. The other one is curved, so it's much deeper. And it kind of impedes on my real estate on the table. This one is really like pushed up against the wall and it doesn't take up any space at all. It's crazy. I was wondering if it would would really fit on my table because it's much bigger than the other one. 43-inch monitor. It's pretty huge. Gucci Don Caddy, baby. Look at that. That's a Gucci Seville. If I was the designer of this game, I would make a guy jump, walk up to the car wearing a big pimp nanny goat, and open the door and get in, holding a Black and Mild cigar. The drift is real. The drift is mad real. No, don't hit that. If I was a game designer, I would definitely have made the driver of this car wear a Danny Goat and a brim hat, smoking a Black and Mild. That's cool. That's real cool. Give it last place. That's not good. I'm very pleased with the resolution of this television. I can't believe that all I had to do was unplug the Roku stick from this and put it in and put it in the other one. That's all I had to do. What happened to my game, bruh? Oh, I gotta buy that. Nah, bro. Oh, maybe later I'll buy that. 15 bucks for one little track? This game has a lot of add-ons, and they're expensive add-ons. They really copied Prince, I Want to Be Your Lover with that. I wonder, do they know that they definitely know, but does Prince's estate know that they copied I Want to Be Your Lover for that song? That's a copyright infringement. We still got a signal now because we had some weird things jump off, right? It's funny, it turns out I'm much more of a gamer than I even am a DJ. I should probably try to amp up the DJ streams. I actually replaced my Akai MPD with I had it sitting on a nice little laptop stand to my right. But once I put this monitor down here, it made sense to, it actually took away space for the PlayStation on the table. So I returned the Akai MPD to the Guitar Center and I put the PlayStation where the Akai MPD was. I still feel like I'm kicking ass as a producer, but the MPD is not necessary. I've had so many of those and I always get rid of them. They're cool, but they're totally not necessary. I just use my MIDI controller. Guess what? I was thinking about selling this monitor to a used computer store for... Oh shit! What happened, bro? And I was gonna do it tomorrow, and I'm like, whoa. Let me just Google and see if there's any way I can turn this into a TV. Where am I supposed to go, people? I'm confused. Where the hell am I supposed to go? Thank God I didn't sell it, because I would have gave away my bedroom TV to buy another bedroom TV. Normally I would mess that up. I feel like the Lord is with me, because normally I'd mess that up. Normally I wouldn't even figure out that I should bring the TV down here. Figured it out. But I think it was the Lord God Almighty who figured it out for me. Because I'm kind of stupid when it comes to stuff like that. Real dumb. I would have left the big TV in the bedroom and bought another monitor. And later on figured it out later. Oh man, I could have just put the TV in the basement. Damn man, that's $400 down the drain, man. That's what normally would have happened. Oh, hell no. How did I get down here? You know what the problem is, people? I'm tipsy driving. That's the problem. Terrible, man. Terrible. At least I didn't come in last. Dude, I'm really happy with this setup, bro. I'm really happy with this setup. Actually, I'm looking at my studio monitors. I could raise those up a little bit. I'm gonna raise those monitors up a little bit, most likely. Definitely. After the stream is over. They go over like 2 inches. To get a better car. That's a badass vehicle. Oh hell no, what happened? Gypsy driving. Oh hell no. I guess what I'm tempted to do. This sounds really irresponsible. I'm about to make a really irresponsible middle-class statement. I'm thinking about getting some Golden Goose sneakers. That's a $500 pair of sneakers. I'm literally thinking about doing it because I like them so much. They look so dope. Italian made, like vintage style, super dope. $500 a pair though, but that's, you know. See, that'll make the girls think you're balling. Not really though, if you really think about it, no, because real ballers don't buy shit like that. They don't. Real ballers don't buy $500 sneakers. Or maybe they do. That's almost like a fake baller. $500 sneakers, like, you know you could barely afford those, but I could definitely afford them, but it's like the question of, do I really need to do that? Obviously not necessary, but such a nice looking sneaker, Golden Goose. Very nice. I like those better than Gucci's. Way better than Gucci's or Bally's. Way better. They're a little bit less than Gucci's or Bally's too. A little bit less. 500. I don't know how I feel about having $500 on my feet for someone to step on at the bar. But see, they're vintage. The more marked up they get, the better they look. They're like almost like a Chuck Taylor kind of a vibe. Probably not gonna do that. Probably not gonna do that. Am I in last place? I'm thinking I'm way behind. Oh, there's no other racers in this? What just happened, bro? Let's just drive around aimlessly. How about that? I can't wait to produce a techno track. Call it Drunken Master to see where the Lord is really standing on that whole issue with me. I don't think it's going to be mediocre. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be mediocre. I think it might actually be epic. Well, how'd that come in second place? How the hell did that happen? I gotta raise these speakers up about 2 inches. Because, yeah, just it's a little bit cluttered looking. You need to create a little more space on the desktop. And I might want to go ahead and get an actual tablet stand for my portable monitor that I use for DJing. Right now it's sitting on 2 cinder blocks on the table. And I don't know if I like the way that looks. Let me get up and check that out. Actually, I like that. It's giving an industrial little energy to the setup. It's cool. I mean, why spend money if you don't have to spend money? Because a tablet stand would be like 20 bucks on it. Amazon probably. I wonder if I should get one of those steering wheel, like actual steering wheel controllers for my racing game. Oh hell no! Oh hell no! I could probably maneuver a lot better with one of those steering wheel controllers than this damn DualShock. That would make it a lot more fun. I'm definitely going to look into that ASAP. My favorite games are usually racing games, and this is not the best way to control this game at all. Especially if you're sipping on some wine. Come on, bro. This is definitely the best track. Definitely. I really wonder would I feel guilty if I bought some Golden Goose sneakers tomorrow. When I got a bunch of money, I ain't got nothing to do with it. They got a Golden Goose store at Somerset. You go in there and get whatever you want. I could see myself trying those on and being like, hell no, I ain't buying these motherfuckers. I got a knockoff pair. They're pretty nice. Steve Madden. I got the Steve Madden Golden Goose sneakers. They look pretty nice. They look real nice. Actually, I think I'm going to end this stream and raise my monitors up a little bit and then play another game. I'll be on the lookout for Ex Nihilo, techno single, 2-track, super banging, super deep, kind of hypnotic. February 11th release date. Okay, I'll be back here on another game in a few minutes.